Devastating, I'm inconsolable, but it's no good moaning about me. There are over 2 million people unemployed, Eamon, in this country. Many of them want to work. And especially for older people, I've let them down. From people in their 30s to their 70s. Remember, the new suits and skirts who join any organisation, they're anonymous. They have to change. And what they do is they refresh the organisation. So they kick the older ones out, some well-known ones, and bring in younger people to make it look as though they've brought in change. It's no good joining an organisation as a suit and a skirt and not changing things. So that's what they've done here. And it was an age discrimination, but we lost the case. There's a judicial system in this country which we stand by the rule of law. We have to accept what the tribunal said.
Well, working in the industry, I know what you say is fact. It's not your opinion. Your first half of that statement was absolute nailed on there. There's no credit in just new executives taking on existing programmes. They want their own people, they want to make their own mark, and then they move on like ships in the night. But that's not the thing. The thing is that TV programmes have to make changes, John. Do you know that? I know that. We live in a very precarious industry. The rewards are high while you're employed. Surely you knew this time would come at some stage. Do we not all live with the fear of the tap on the shoulder?
Absolutely right, Eamon, but it's a question of merit and ability unimpaired. And that's what the law says, the Equality Act. You can get rid of people on merit, on ability. Anybody could take me on and challenge me, but nobody's done that at Channel 4. So what you have is a programme that down the years I've done Celebrity Big Brother twice, Wife Swap with Edwina Curry, Celebrity Coach Trip, even last year on £1 Million Drop, all Channel 4 top reality programmes. They've encouraged this.
But there was
so now they go and say that I let down the programme.
But, and that must be very hard for you to hear, but they would say from a business perspective, a business point of view of attracting new investment and new sponsorship, and the tribunal took this on board. And I use their words now, John. They say, when appearing in Channel 4 Racing together with his self-described bigoted and male chauvinist views were clearly unpalatable to a wider potential audience, the tribunal is satisfied that the respondent, which is Channel 4, had the legitimate aim of attracting a wider audience to horse racing, and that meant you had to go.
Well, the fact is the viewing figures have plummeted since I left and others left. Remember, 5 of the 7 people fired were over 50. All the people under 50 were kept. And it was like a cull. The one person who stood up so bravely in all of this that's going on, this age discrimination, is Miriam O'Reilly. At 51, sacked from Country File. 4 others over 40 also sacked. It was a cull. And just the same on Channel 4 Racing, a cull, 5 people out who were over 50. So it is the bringing in the youth. Now, I've no objection taking on anybody in competition. Do they know better? Can they do the job better? Nobody said they could. And I've done serious programmes as well. I've done Question Time. I've done 3J Leonard's Tonight Shows in America.
John,
Sky,
some of the things that are the pluses for you, the fact that you are distinctive, there is nobody else like you, also play against you. They will say this is not about age, this is about John McCririck being John McCririck. Again, I quote from the tribunal, it found that his style of dress, views and tic-tac gestures were, and I quote, not in keeping with the new aims of the programme makers. So you'd made a rod for your own back. I mean, you were too distinctive, I think they're saying.
But Eamon, come to me. Say we don't want you to do the tic-tac. Don't call people by their names. Take a different image. But they never approach you. After 20, how would you like this after 29 years working there to be sacked in a phone call? Not face-to-face. All the others were sacked as well. Just straight away in phone calls. No explanation. No, can you change your persona? Can you adapt to the new system? Nothing. Just sacking straight away so they can get younger people in. And I remember actually one person who got it right was Private Eye. Back in June, they said I was a 75-1 chance to win. 75-1 against winning it, and they were absolutely right. So Private Eye at least knew. I should have listened to them.
Well, John, I've worked with you and had the pleasure of working with you. I hope I continue to have the pleasure of working with you over many, many years, over 25 years or so. Is this the end of the end for you? What's next?
Oh, yes. Oh, no, well, the anonymous suits and skirts never forget. and all of them are together. I'm now a pariah. So they will remember this. They'll say, well, he sued Channel 4 and IMG. Well, he'll sue us next. He's trouble. He's old. Get rid of him. So, no, I'm finished there. I fully realise that. But I had to make the stand. Eamon, I couldn't have lived with myself if I hadn't taken these people on. All right, I've lost. The judicial system said they were right. I've got to accept that.
At what cost, John? What will this personally cost you?
Well, a fair bit of money. We'll have to probably remortgage or equity mortgage our house and that kind of thing. But I knew that going into it. You know, I was determined to fight. I've been a fighter all my life, and I've been proved wrong. And you've got to accept the very fair judgment that was given by Judge Lucy. I think she was wrong, but she's a High Court judge. It was done without bias. The hearing was over 8 days. We had two separate hearings. So I can't complain. I took these people on. But remember, when you take on these conglomerates, international conglomerates, like Channel 4, like IMG, you're taking on the big boys. And it's very, very hard. And the problem is, Eamon, I can't see how anyone now can bring an age discrimination case against their bosses.